In the beautiful city of Port Harcourt, there lived a wealthy couple named Amara and Chief Collins. They were known throughout the town, not just for their wealth, but for their deep and abiding love for each other. Chief Collins, a successful businessman, had amassed a fortune over the years. Despite their opulent lifestyle, their home was filled with warmth and genuine affection. Amara and Chief Collins had been married for several years, and though they had no children, their love remained strong. Chief Collins never allowed the absence of children to affect their relationship. He adored Amara and made sure she felt cherished every single day. Amara in turn loved Chief Collins deeply and appreciated his unwavering support and understanding. One sunny morning, Amara sat in their spacious living room, gazing out the window. She remembered she had no children and felt a pang of longing. Chief Collins entered the sitting room. Noticing the look on her face, he sat beside her, taking her hand gently. "Amara, my love, what troubles you?" asked Chief Collins softly. Amara sighed, trying to find the right words. "It's just, sometimes I wonder what it would be like to have children of our own." Chief Collins smiled warmly, squeezing her hand. "I understand, my dear, but remember, our love is strong, and we have each other. That's enough for me." Amara smiled, comforted by his words. She knew how fortunate she was to have a husband who loved her so deeply. Still, the desire for a child lingered in her heart. Despite the pressures from society and whispers from those around them, Chief Collins never once wavered in his devotion. He showered Amara with love and affection, making sure she never felt inadequate or unloved. Their home was a haven of peace and joy, filled with laughter and the warmth of their bond. One evening, as they sat on their balcony overlooking the city, Chief Collins spoke up. "Amara, I've been thinking, why don't we use our resources to help children in need? We can start a foundation, create a school, or even an orphanage. We may not have children of our own, but we can still make a difference in their lives. What do you think?" he asked. Amara's eyes sparkled with excitement. "That's a wonderful idea, Chief. We can provide so much love and support to those who need it." And so they set their plans in motion. Using their wealth and influence, they established a foundation dedicated to helping children in Port Harcourt. They built a school and an orphanage, providing education, shelter, and care to countless children. Their home became a place of joy and laughter, filled with the sounds of children who now had a brighter future, thanks to their generosity. Years passed, and the love between Amara and Chief Collins only grew stronger. They found fulfillment in each other and in the lives they touched through their charitable work. Though they never had their children, they became parental figures to many, earning the love and respect of their community. One day, as they walked hand in hand through their foundation's garden, Amara turned to Chief Collins with tears in her eyes. "Thank you for always loving me, for never making me feel less because we couldn't have children. You have given me a life full of love and purpose." Chief Collins kissed her gently on the forehead. "Amara, you are my heart and my soul. Together, we have created something beautiful. Our love is our legacy." One beautiful morning, Chief Collins received a call from work. It was an urgent call from the office. Without wasting any time, he quickly freshened up and went to his wife, who was already in the kitchen preparing breakfast. "Honey, I have to go," he said. "Wait, just a few minutes. I won't be long," Amara replied. Chief Collins insisted. "Honey, I have to go. I'll call you later to come have lunch with me, okay? You know that $1 million deal I told you about? I think this is it. Wish me luck." She wished him luck, and then he kissed her on the forehead and left. When he got to his office, it turned out to be the $1 million deal. After signing the necessary documents and sealing the deal, he was filled with excitement. He immediately called his wife. "Oh my God," he said, "guess what?" "Oh honey, stop it now. You know I'm not good at guessing." "Tell me, what is it?" Amara replied, curious and excited. "It's the deal. We just signed it," Chief Collins exclaimed. "Honey, just get dressed. Today is for you. I need to spoil you. Just name anything at all, whatever you ask of me today. As far as my money can buy it, it's yours." Amara's heart raced with emotion. Without hesitation, she said, "A child." Chief Collins, taken aback, responded, "Honey, are you okay? Did you hear what I said?" Amara repeated clearly, "Yes, loud and clear. I need a child from the orphanage." Chief Collins paused for a moment, then said, "I'm coming home, okay? We'll continue this conversation there." Later that day, when Chief Collins returned home, he found Amara waiting for him. They sat down together and she spoke earnestly about her desire to adopt a child. She expressed how their home was filled with love and how they could share that love with a child in need. Chief Collins listened attentively, his heart swelling with admiration of his wife's compassion. He took her hand and said, "Let's do this. Let's visit the orphanage and found the child of your dreams." The next day, early in the morning, before 6 a.m., they had prepared, and by 8 they were ready. They went to different orphanages looking for a child. Amara never felt any special connection with any child. She looked in multiple orphanages and still wasn't satisfied with the results she got. So she tried her own orphanage. They went there. She didn't have any special connection with any child. Sensing her frustration, Chief Collins decided to distract her. He took her to her favorite shopping store the next day. Knowing how much she loved shopping, he bought her loads of gifts and they enjoyed a lovely date together. For a while, this took her mind off the search of a baby. One afternoon, back at their orphanage, Big Mommy was telling a story to the children, as she's fondly called by them. As she spoke, a caretaker named Miss Kate walked with a newborn baby, barely a month old, who was crying. The baby's cry distracted Miss Amara, prompting her to wrap up the story session quickly. "All right, children, go to your caretakers and take your assignments, okay?" she said. The children happily ran off to their caretakers. Amara approached Miss Kate, concerned about the crying baby. "Miss Kate, what happened? Why is he crying?" she asked. Miss Kate looked worried. "I don't know, ma. He's been crying like this for hours and refuses to eat." Amara held out her hands. "Give him to me." The moment Miss Kate handed the baby to Miss Amara, he stopped crying and immediately fell asleep. Both women were shocked but relieved. "Now wow, this boy who has been crying since is now sleeping. Ma, it looks like this boy loves you," Miss Kate remarked. "Whose child is this? I haven't seen him around before. Is he yours?" Amara asked, still holding the baby close. "No, ma," Miss Kate replied. "He came in yesterday morning. His mother died during childbirth, so they brought him to our orphanage." Amara's face turned sad. "Why didn't anyone tell me? How come I'm just finding out about it now?" "Sorry, ma," Miss Kate said apologetically. "We told you when you came in this morning." "Oh," said Amara, realization dawning on her. "Is he the one you mentioned? But you never told me he was this small." "Oh God, such a beautiful child," she said, kissing the baby's forehead gently. She then laid him on the baby's bed, watching as he slept peacefully. For the first time, Amara felt a strong connection she had been searching for. She couldn't explain it. Later that day, she told Chief all that had happened in the orphanage with the baby. "Honey, I met a beautiful baby today at the orphanage," she said softly, her eyes filled with love. Chief was happy, his wife was happy, and with joy on his face, he said, "Tell me about her." She excitedly told him how the baby had been crying since. and when she carried the baby immediately stopped crying. "Wow," said Chief. "You are now a magician," he teased, tickling her on her waist. She said, "Yes, of course, I will make you laugh now." Abracadabra, she said. She tickled Chief too, and he started laughing. Immediately, he ran upstairs and they enjoyed each other's company afterwards. The next day, all Chief's wife kept telling him was how much she spent time with the baby. This continued for the next few weeks. Chief saw how his wife's face lit up with joy and happiness whenever she talked about the baby. Then he said, "Why don't you adopt her?" Because of how his wife was going on and on about the baby. She said, "I didn't hear you. What did you say?" Chief rephrased, "Why don't we adopt the baby? We are always happy whenever you talk about her." Miss Amara started crying uncontrollably. Amidst the tears, she said, "Thank you. I didn't even think about that. Thank you so much." The whole evening, Miss Amara could not contain her joy. She immediately started making preparations. She cleaned the room close to theirs. Early morning by 6, Miss Amara took her bath and the driver took her to a kids' luxury store. She bought so many things, those she needed and those she didn't even need, out of excitement. She got home and called her house help, who helped her decorate the room in a feminine style. The husband was surprised to see how energetic his wife had been since morning. "Well," he said, "she deserves more, my beautiful queen." He called us to his wife to come so they could go bring the baby home. He called her but got no response. When he was about to call her phone, the house help said, "Oga, madam dey outside, they wait you for jeep." The husband laughed out loud and said under his breath, "This woman will not kill me." When they got to the orphanage, they did the necessary documentation, signed and settled everything. The process was swift because of their influence, and they took their baby home happily. They named her Angel. Angel grew with grace and love, pampered by both parents. She was loved so much that all through her primary school, she was homeschooled. When she got to secondary school age, her parents decided it was time for her to experience a traditional school environment. Angel was nervous but excited about making new friends and learning in a different setting. Chief Collins and Miss Amara enrolled her in one of the best schools in Port Harcourt. They ensured she had everything she needed to succeed, from the best school supplies to extra tutoring if required. At school, Angel quickly made friends and became one of the brightest students in her class. Her teachers often praised her intelligence and kindness, traits she had inherited from her loving parents. Chief Collins and Miss Amara attended every school event, always showing their support and pride. As she grew older, Angel continued to excel in her studies, eventually earning parents' love and support to study in the most prestigious university in Port Harcourt. Angel passed her WAEC exams with straight A's, making her parents incredibly proud. They enrolled her in the prestigious university called Elite Institution, typically reserved for dignitaries. Angel was ecstatic and eagerly resumed school, embarking on her journey to study medicine. In her first year, she excelled, finishing with first-class honors. As she entered her second year, a new student named Kelvin was transferred to their school. Kelvin was a very handsome young man, just 2 years older than Angel at 25. Kelvin quickly became popular due to his extravagant spending and lifestyle. He is so charming and has a striking look. Kelvin, whose father is one of the shareholders in the university, lived a flamboyant lifestyle. After all, his father is the almighty Chief Caller of Lagos, who had lots of romantic relationships. Because of his romantic relationships, Kelvin's mother left him when their son was very young. So Chief Caller took care of Kelvin alone. Kelvin was pampered by his father. He came to lectures with exotic cars, wearing designer clothes. He became popular just a few weeks after being admitted to the school. He was also in the same department as Angel. Kelvin was surprised because he was the dream man of all the girls in college. But Angel barely noticed him, even though she was very beautiful. He became interested in her because she was the only one who had not shown any interest in him. So he would always wait for her. When each lecture was over, he would say several romantic lines to win her heart, but she would walk past him each time. This made Kelvin interested in her even more, but he didn't stop having romantic relationships with other girls or stop his partying lifestyle. He continued stalking Angel until the end of their second year, and until their third year, he came again with a different approach. Hello, hi Angel, just give me 1 minute of your time, please, I ask of you, said Kelvin to Angel. Oh, you this boy again, what is it? Why can't you just leave me alone? Is it by force? Why can't you just leave me alone? Then he said, okay, I'm sorry, don't be offended. I just want us to make a deal, okay? It's just very simple. If I should make you laugh within 1 hour, we would be friends. And if I could not make you laugh within a space of 1 hour or the time, she said, okay, fine, deal. Get on with it. Immediately, he cracked so many jokes, but because she don't want to be his friend, she did not laugh. He surprised her with one very funny joke, and immediately she started laughing. Everyone was looking at her surprised. Why is she laughing out loud? From there, they became friends. They started hanging out together, chatting, and within 2 months, they were officially dating. Gradually, Angel's grade began to drop drastically. She noticed her grades and decided to focus more on her studies and spend less time with Kelvin because he's the reason why her grades are being affected. Kelvin noticed that she was distancing herself from him and decided to talk to her about it. Angel, I have noticed you're pulling away. What's going on? She cited. Kelvin, my grades are dropping. I need to focus more on my studies. Kelvin was surprised. You said you love me. What do you mean you need to focus more on your studies? You can focus more on your studies and focus on me too. Why do you need to choose one? She said, but the way you've been living your life and the way I've always followed you to make sure I'm always there for you and with you had affected my studies. So I need to focus more on it to get good grades. If not, my parents will be disappointed in me. So Kelvin assured her, your studies will be affected, I promise. Okay, said Angel. Angel then asked a question that had always been on her mind. How do you manage to get good grades even when your loud lifestyle is always distracting and you are never seen in classes? Kelvin shrugged and said, I sort my ways to good grades. Okay, she said, uncertain but willing to trust him. We are cool, right? Asked Kelvin. Yeah, we are, she replied. Then get dressed tonight. We are going partying, he said with a grin. What about my studies? She asked. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it, he assured her. Reluctantly, Angel agreed. Little by little, Angel adopted Kelvin's lifestyle and lost interest in education. Kelvin was paying a huge sum of money to sort everything concerning their educations. Whenever a lecturer is trying to explain or give him some advice, he would threaten, saying, remember, my father is one of the shareholders. If you do anyhow, you'd be fired. So this made them stay out of his way and just accept the money and make sure they do everything he asked them to do. Angel even had got involved in taking harmful substances. She had 5 abortions, and Kelvin would always say, babe, let's take it out. We are still in school and definitely don't want to be parents yet. She always agrees because if her parents should find out, they would be disappointed in her.